Yeah, I thought really pleased with our guys' effort tonight. I thought obviously we didn't shoot the ball very well. We were a little sloppy with the ball in the second half, but we talked a lot about just coming back with great energy and playing with a lot of intent. After Monday night, and this is a team, that we expect to win this game, but at the same time they provide some challenges the way they play offensively, and they want to spread you out. I thought our guys executed the game plan that Coach Carlin Hartman put together really, really well. We wanted to limit their catch and shoot opportunities, and we held them to 2 assists on the night. And that's something that we were really pleased with. Did a great job on the glass. As we talked about after the game on Monday, area that we were really disappointed about was we got beat on the boards on Monday night, and that was not the case tonight. We imposed our will, did a good job there, and another night with over 20 assists, and we did not shoot it well. And obviously a lot of threes are usually catch and shoots, which turn into assists. So we didn't get a lot of those, but we were still able to have a 1.5 assist to turnover. So, again, really pleased overall with the effort and the way our guys played. We tried to play a lot of different guys tonight. Had some, interesting lineups out there at times, but overall pleased with the victory.
What do you think of Alex's play and just the way he was able to bounce back?
I thought it was great. Coming back from Vegas, we took Tuesday off, practiced yesterday, and he just had a great mentality. He wasn't feeling sorry for himself or making excuses. He was just like, I'm going to get back to it and get back to what I know. And I thought he did a great job kind of letting the game come to him, being aggressive when he needed to, and had obviously a very efficient night, 25, 10, and 4 assists, only 1 turnover, 2 steals, 3 blocks. I mean, just an insane All-American level type night. So, he was disappointed. We were all disappointed with how Monday went, but I thought he answered the bell the right way tonight.
And then over plus 40 on the glass and in the paint, just how satisfying is that from your group?
Yeah, I mean, it's satisfying, but it's also, I don't want to say expected, but it's what we need to be if we want to be really good. When we play teams that don't have the depth and the size and the physicality in the front line that we do, we have to impose our will, and I thought our guys did a good job of that tonight.
Mike has had 2 consecutive really good ball games. You talk about how the off seasons worked well for him.
Yeah, I mean, Micah is a great player. He didn't get as much opportunity last year coming in late in the season, but as I've said a million times, we don't win the championship without him. And he had an incredible offseason, got himself into the best shape he's been in his whole entire life. And, he's playing incredibly well right now. 17 and 13 in 18 minutes. He is very good with the ball, keeps it in our offense, does a great job. Probably, top 3 or 4 offensive rebounder in the country, and that might be not giving him enough credit. He just does a great job creating second chances for us, and he's become an even better player than he was prior to the injury, and he's one of the best big men in America in terms of centers, in my opinion.
A more interesting lineup than Olivier.
Yeah.
What was the decision-making process there, and just what was the excitement level you think he had?
Listen, he's put in a lot of great work, and to his credit, he's kept a great attitude without getting a lot of reward in terms of playing time and opportunity, and he went into this year knowing that our ability to get the front court to come back was going to limit his opportunities, and I talked to the guys at halftime. We were up 24, and I expressed to them the importance of getting off to a really good start so we could get some of the younger guys and some of the guys further down on the bench more of an opportunity to play and to get some rip. And, obviously the game was in our control, and thought it would be a good opportunity to get him out there and get his first college experience. And I think he was pretty excited. It's pretty neat for him to finally see the floor. I would have liked him to get a touch. But Meek was kind of cooking out there, and some other guys were getting some shots, and they played the right way though, and it'll happen for him. But excited for him to kind of finally get the opportunity to play in a Division I game.
Is it already going through your head to get him in when the students start chanting his name?
There's people yelling at me at halftime about playing him, and I'm just like, listen, it'll happen. The time will come. And I'm, as you guys, I can be stubborn. I don't listen to direction very well at times. So when they're yelling at me to do it, it kind of is like, all right, maybe I'll wait a little longer. No, but there's a time. with Ollie for right now, like when I'm putting him in the game, I'm not going to take him back out, so I want to make sure that he's in a position where he can finish the game and not get fatigued, and I think 2-3 minutes is probably the most that he can go right now without getting fatigued. So that was kind of the decision and why we waited so long to put him in.
How cool was it for just you and your staff and the team to be part of college basketball history? I mean, he's just the tallest player to ever take the floor, just to be part of that moment.
Cool, I guess, not something that I think that much about, I like the banner dropping before better. But, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm happy for him that he got the opportunity to get out there tonight.
Todd, what's that moment like? Obviously, you've seen the banner and everything, but that moment, even though you've turned the page to the new year, what is that moment like?
Yeah, it was a great kind of cap to last year. And we have moved on quite a while ago, but this was kind of the last thing to take place. And, again, it's surreal, to be honest, just sitting there, getting ready for the starting lineups, and they dropped the national championship banner. It kind of takes you back to San Antonio, and a lot of thoughts run through your head. But it was awesome, man. And just my hope is that, as we continue on, running this program, that it won't be the last one, that we're able to hang.
Thoughts on Boogie's performance in his first game in the O-Dome tonight? Again, second straight game without a turnover. You guys are 1.2 a possession with him on the floor. That's pretty good. Yeah, no, he's been great. I think his ball security and his organization on the offensive end is really important to us. He didn't get a full camp. He was a little banged up, and he still found ways to help us and really control the game from the point guard position. And I think his shot will come around. He's going to start getting more comfortable and letting it rip that way. But he's a great point guard, a guy that can just really organize a team, really makes great decisions, finds guys, in transition. He's trying to hunt shots for other people. He's the kind of point guard that a lot of guys like to play with because he does a good job setting the table for them, and he's, done a pretty good job defensively, plus 26 in 26 minutes. And again, the thing with Boog, like he's still really young. Boog's 19. He was the youngest player in the SEC last year, and because of him being a Mickey D's guy and kind of having this big persona, like I think the expectation for him is really, really high, and he's not running from that. He's excited about that, but we got to remember, he's still finding his way in our offense and still getting comfortable leading the team. And I just think he's going to continually get better and better every opportunity he's on the floor.
Was this a good week, Todd, to kind of learn that you're going to get everyone's best shot? And how do you carry that over to next week? Obviously with FSU and Miami and some of the rivals that you're going to see.
Kev, we talked about it a lot going into this year that we were going to get everybody's best shot. I think that was something that we discussed quite a bit in the preseason, and talked to not only players but our staff. That attempting to do what we did last year is going to be even more difficult this year. So I think we understood that coming into the game. Arizona was it was a disappointing outcome, but a great learning experience for us, and we're going to be able to build off that. And we were able to deal with some things that didn't necessarily show up for us last year until we got to conference play. We didn't play an opponent like Arizona until we went to Rupp last year. So that was definitely an experience that we'll build off of. And talking about Florida State, Luke's doing a great job with them. I think they're playing with a lot more purpose. They're flying the ball up the floor. They're shooting a lot of threes. That's going to be a challenging game in here on Tuesday night.
Statistically, the performance that he wanted, Alex Lloyd, but plus 21 in 15 minutes. What do you think of his performance? How much can this help him be something he builds off and moving forward?
Listen, Alex is a great player. He's a great young man. I think he's kind of transitioning, going from being being the guy in high school, to realizing everybody out here is a guy, and just continuing to find his comfort zone within how he played. And I think, when I look at Alex tonight or Irby, I think those guys are pressing a little bit, just thinking they got to make a shot to stay on the court. And that's just not the case, but I think that's going to work itself out. And I think both those guys will start shooting the ball with more confidence and shoot it better. But Lloyd is a super talented young man. And, I think if he continues working the way he has and allowing us to coach him the way we have, I think he's going to be not just a good player. I think he's going to be a phenomenal player. He's a great talent, and he's got a lot of great basketball ahead of him.
Thank you.
Thank you all. See you Tuesday night.
Yep.